The camera cuts to a sleek, modern news studio. The tension in the air is thick. Panelists chatter, the moderator flips through cue cards, and viewers across the nation settle in for what they think will be just another heated political debate. Ilhan Omar sits in the center chair. Poise. Calm. Her voice cuts through the noise with a strange mixture of passion and precision. "Let's call it what it is," she says, adjusting her mic. Christianity, in the hands of extremists, has become a form of ideological terrorism. And no one wants to admit that. For a moment, the room goes completely still. Even the host stutters, unsure whether to push back or let the silence do the work. Within seconds, the internet erupts. Screenshots flood Twitter. YouTube channels go live. News anchors break their scripts to cover the quote. Fox News labels it the attack on Christianity. MSNBC tries to downplay it, but the damage is done. Outside, churches begin releasing statements. Pastors in Texas call for a formal censure. Evangelical leaders demand her resignation. The White House issues a neutral comment, but behind closed doors, staffers are scrambling to contain the narrative. Meanwhile, in a quiet Senate office in Ohio, a man watches the clip in silence. J.D. Vance. Former Marine. Conservative firebrand. Rising star. He doesn't react. He doesn't speak. But his aide notices something. J.D.'s eyes narrow. His jaw clenches. He doesn't tweet. He doesn't post. He simply turns to his assistant and says one sentence. "Get me everything we have on her. Now." In that moment, the story changes. What started as a controversial soundbite is about to become a national reckoning. Because J.D. Vance isn't coming to argue. He's coming to destroy. 3 days pass. The storm hasn't calmed, it's only grown. Church protests are breaking out across state lines. News channels have turned Ilhan Omar's words into a 24/7 headline. Christian groups across the nation are demanding a congressional investigation. She issues a brief statement. "My comments were about extremism, not the Christian faith itself." But the public isn't buying it. And just when things start to feel like they might cool down, a small, unmarked envelope arrives at Senator J.D. Vance's office. There's no return address. No stamp. No markings. Just a single, neatly folded piece of paper inside, with one chilling line. "If you want the truth about Ilhan, don't speak. Investigate." Attached to the note is a USB drive. J.D. Vance plugs it into a secure terminal. The screen lights up. Folders pop open, dozens of them. Raw Zoom call footage. Thousands of emails. Internal campaign notes. A series of recordings where Omar can be heard laughing about the manipulation of traditional American values. One video catches his attention. It's dated 2 months ago. Omar, off camera, speaking to someone with a voice modulated beyond recognition. They don't even see it. That's the beauty. We walk right into their system and rewire it from the inside. Vance's aides freeze. Then they find a government file. Highly redacted. Eyes only, stamped across the top. It references an old Department of Homeland Security assessment. Representative Ilhan Omar, currently under passive surveillance for potential ideological ties to flagged foreign groups. J.D. Vance leans back, absorbing the weight of what he's just seen. His lead strategist whispers, "Sir, we can't go public with this." "Not yet." Vance responds coldly, "We go now, before someone silences this." That night, J.D. Vance walks into a Senate press room. Cameras flash. Microphones line the podium. No script. No teleprompter. He begins. The remarks made by Representative Omar were not just offensive, they were revealing. And if America doesn't open its eyes now, it may be too late. He pauses. This isn't about religion anymore. It's about deception, infiltration, and power. Reporters scream questions. None are answered. But by morning, the media has a new story. J.D. Vance promises to expose Omar's hidden agenda, leaked files to be released soon. What no one knows yet is how deep the rabbit hole actually goes. Ilhan Omar's camp is quick to respond. Within hours, she holds a press conference flooded with reporters and flashing cameras. Her eyes are fierce, voice unwavering, but there's a calculated edge to every word. "Let me be clear," she says, addressing the nation. "My words were twisted. I was speaking against extremism, not Christianity. This is a blatant attempt to silence dissent and fuel Islamophobia." Supporters rally behind her, flooding social media with hashtags like #StandWithIlhan and #StopTheHate. Protesters gather outside J.D. Vance's offices, chanting slogans and demanding he retract his accusations. Meanwhile, conservative pundits double down, accusing Omar of playing the victim and hiding something far more sinister. Then, the unexpected happens. A former aide to Omar, someone with direct knowledge of her inner circle, contacts a popular political podcast. Off the record, the aide reveals she never takes the oath on a Bible in Congress. There's a reason. And it's not just religious preference. It's part of a bigger plan, something she's been orchestrating quietly. The podcast episode drops like a bombshell. Suddenly, the FBI is involved. Under the cover of darkness, a raid is conducted, not on Omar herself, but on a modest church in Minnesota, a place recently known to have received donations from her. Agents search the premises thoroughly, uncovering encrypted documents, suspicious financial transfers, and detailed maps with coded locations. Speculation runs wild. Is this church a front? Is Omar using her political platform to cover for something more dangerous? The media frenzy intensifies, and now the question isn't just what Omar said, it's what she meant. The nation watches, divided and uncertain, as the investigation unfolds in real time. And somewhere deep within the government, the phrase keeps echoing. The truth is buried deeper than anyone imagined. The atmosphere in the Senate chamber is electric, charged with anticipation. Reporters fill the gallery, cameras zoom in, and whispers ripple through the crowd. Everyone knows this moment will be historic, or catastrophic. J.D. Vance steps up to the podium, his face a mask of steely determination. In his hands, he holds a red folder, the culmination of days of investigation, leaked documents, and confidential sources. The room falls silent as he opens it slowly, savoring the weight of what's to come. "This isn't about religion," he begins, voice calm but resolute. "This isn't about race or political ideology. This is about protecting the integrity of our nation." He pulls out a series of documents, each one more damning than the last. Inside this folder are connections that link Representative Ilhan Omar to organizations known to undermine American values, groups with ties abroad who seek to destabilize our democracy. He holds up a printed email, its contents clear to all in the chamber. "We're almost there. America's blindness is our strength." The chamber gasps. Some senators murmur, others stare in disbelief. Reporters scramble to capture every word. Vance continues. "These are not the words of a patriot. These are the words of someone who has been operating in the shadows, using her position to further an agenda that threatens the very foundation of our country." As the speech ends, Omar slips quietly out of the chamber. No protests. No outburst. Just a calm departure as the weight of the moment settles over the nation. That night, Vance takes to Twitter. Never confuse tolerance with surrender. America woke up tonight. The tweet goes viral. Across the country, conversations ignite about faith, loyalty, and what it truly means to serve a nation. And in the silence that follows, one question lingers. What will be the fallout? Because when the truth comes out this hard, no one walks away unchanged.